Hello, hello. Welcome to this live stream of my podcast. I'm so excited. I will be recording a live podcast episode this morning, and I'm beyond excited to talk about a topic of mine that is really close to my heart, obviously. Welcome on board if you're just joining. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I hope that you're having a wonderful morning so far. And guess what? Today's episode, I'm recording a podcast episode and I wanted to make it live at the same time. Why not? And today's episode is going to be educational. So if you're someone who loves to learn, you're going to want to stick around and hear me out. I'm going to share some core principles of NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. And this is a field that is fascinating to me. It is a field that I've been geeking out literally over the last year and a bit. And I've been obsessed with it because it's changing the way I perceive the world. And I want to share it with the world. I want to share it with you today. Good afternoon, Elizabeth. Good afternoon from Texas. Samuel is joining us. I love seeing your amazing faces from all over the world joining us. It's really, really cool. So if you are familiar with NLP, you might have heard it on TV, maybe. You might know that Tony Robbins is using NLP in his work, and many other coaches out there are fans of NLP. But NLP is also used in sales. It's used in any communication model. It's used to help improve public speaking skills. It's helped for many different field in the world. And well, I've learned it personally, and how it helped me was really to have a different outlook on the world. And it helped me realize that I was in my power. I really could control my own power to success. And that it was all starting from within this beautiful mind. And so I am so excited to talk about that today on this live podcast episode. And if you have any questions while I am talking, please drop them in the chat box, because I really want to make sure this is interactive. I'm here to give you knowledge this morning. I want to really empower you to start being interested in what NLP is. And so there is some people in the world, and I want to already address this elephant in the room, around the fact that NLP can be used to manipulate, right? This is something that a lot of people ask me. They're like, oh my God, like, you're studying NLP. Are you like manipulating everyone now? And I'm like, well, guess what? I am. I am manipulating, but you can either choose to use NLP to manipulate negatively, so to actually have an impact that is, negative and really bad on the people you use it with, or you can use NLP to manipulate your clients so that they start being empowered. They start taking action from a place of being confident, and you help them, you manipulate them in becoming what they actually want to be becoming. So you see how it's important to really understand that NLP can be used for the greater good, right? Just like what I'm doing. Or it can also be used by manipulative people who are going to want to use it for their own advantages. And that is absolutely not what I am all about. And you probably know that already. This is not who I am, not what I'm preaching, not what I'm teaching either. And so I think that going through these presuppositions today is going to give you an overview that NLP is absolutely not bad. It's not bad at all. And I want to share that so everyone is aware of what this is all about. Hey, Roy. Hey, BJ. Hey, Kenneth. Enrico. Andy. Oh my God, so many people in the house. I love it. Thanks for dropping in. I'm excited to talk about that. So here it goes. NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, is the science of the language of the mind. It's really, really a way to start analyzing how success is made and model success and help you and your clients really reorganize their mind at the subconscious level so that they achieve success. And it's based on 14 presuppositions. And I want to share them with you this morning because I really feel like you can have a better sense of what NLP is all about when you learn the core principles on which they're based. And so the very first time that I read through these, I was like, interesting. Like it just like started making sense when I started practicing this in my life. And I'm going to really walk you through each one of them, and you're going to understand how it can impact you to see the world differently when you follow these presuppositions in your own life, and you're actually empowered to use them and to embody them. And that's what I've done over the last year, and it changed my life completely. That's why I feel called to sharing them with you. So the very first presupposition is respect the other people's model of the world. Okay. So when you're interacting with human beings in your life, in your business, in maybe your family, whatever it is, a lot of us are trying to prove a point sometimes, and we're trying to convince people that we're right? Well, NLP is one of the presuppositions is understanding that we need to respect someone else's model of the world, the way they perceive the world, which can be so different from me with my life experience and my background. How I'm seeing things is very different than you right now listening to this episode, right? Because you've been through different things, you're going to have a different outlook in the world. And NLP is saying, we have to respect that. We have to respect that we all have different ways of seeing the world. And I found that so freaking powerful because when I started working with clients, I could really understand that they had a different way of seeing the world, and I had to respect it. I had to help them navigate through their own model and help them shift into what they want. It's not about me being right. No, not at all. We all have our own model of the world, and I found that like so empowering. The second presupposition of NLP is that behavior and change are to be evaluated in terms of content, context, and ecology. So if you're watching this and you're like, what does that mean? That means exactly what I said earlier. I said that NLP can be used for the greater good, or it can be used to harm. And of course, what I'm teaching and what I really, really preach is that you need to be conscious of how it's going to impact the world around you. So if you're using NLP to manipulate, but for the greater good, then you're using it with ecology. You're making sure that it's not going to impact your clients or the people around your client and the world in general. And that's really important to evaluate the work you're doing with clients and make sure that it has a great impact in all areas of their life. And so it also means that when you're working with someone or you're interacting with someone that tells you like, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this week. I swear I'm going to do it. And then they come back to you the next week and they haven't done anything. And you're like, wow. And then they tell you, yeah, but I meant to. I really wanted to. And I really wanted to do the thing that I promised I would do. Guess what? NLP teaches us that you need to evaluate someone else's change by the behavior they're actually taking. Right? The changes in their behavior. So if they're just telling you that they're going to change, but they're not doing anything, then that means they haven't really changed. And so it's important that as you work with clients as a coach, you're seeing that. You're seeing that, oh, guess what? Even though that person is telling me she's going to change, she hasn't done anything about it. And that is why NLP is so great, because it gets you the tool to see that, and then to help them shift at the subconscious level so that they shift their behaviors as well. So that's the second one. The third one is resistance in a client or in someone you're working with is a sign of a lack of rapport. Okay? There's no resistant clients, only inflexible communicators. Ooh, so empowering, right? It's empowering because guess what? it's not because the person is resisting you. It's because you're not a good communicator. You got to get better at creating this sense of rapport by getting a sense of getting closer to that person so she or he trusts you, and you can then communicate better and improve the communication, the relationship, and then how you work together. So Drew, yeah, NLP is Neuro-Linguistic Programming. Super powerful mindset techniques to help clients or to communicate better with clients, people around you, people in your team. It really is fascinating. So yeah, that third presupposition around the resistance part, I always like when I was younger and all my career, actually, it was like I was trying to get a point to people. I was trying to prove a point, to be the one who was right. And I was trying to impose opinions on people. I don't know if you can relate to that, but that had been like what I was just trained and programmed to do. And when I realized that actually, if you want someone to be on your side and have a great relationship, you need to actually build that rapport, and that is going to allow you to have better communication, better relationships. And if there's resistance, it's my fault. It's not the other person's fault. It's my fault. I am at cause for not building that rapport together, right? So same goes to your coaching relationships. If one of your coaching clients is very resisting to change, is resisting to the ideas you're bringing, guess what? You haven't done your part of the job. You haven't been a good communicator enough. What can you shift in your communication to adapt and remove the resistance? Okay, very powerful. Beautiful. So, oh, cool. Kenneth, thank you for putting that link. That's cool. Marky is saying, it is so right that the coach needs to match the sensory representational system and nonverbal behavior of the client in order to gain rapport. You're right, Mimi. Yeah, absolutely. There are no resistant client, only coaches that don't build rapport. 100%. And that is so, like, to me, it was absolutely empowering to know that I had that power within my hands. I could make changes in my approach so that I change my behaviors, my results as a coach with clients. So very powerful. That's the third one. The fourth presupposition of NLP is people are not their behaviors. Ooh, accept the person, change the behavior. Oh, that is so juicy. Guess what? If your client comes to you and let's say you're a relationship coach, and let's say that the person that is working with you has been cheating, and they feel really bad, and they're really not wanting that, but they cheated. Guess what? It doesn't mean that their behavior is their identity. It doesn't mean that the person cheated, they're a cheater. That is one of the presupposition of NLP, is that you get to change your behavior. You're not attached. You're not the behavior. That is powerful. So that gives you, as the coach, a better sense to treat your client as really people that have all the abilities to be whoever they want to become, right? And that their past is not what is going to dictate their future. It's not because they took action in a certain way in the past that they're attached to their behaviors and they're done. Like, that's it, they're a cheater. Absolutely not. With NLP, we really understand that the behavior is not the person. We can change the behavior, okay? Super cool. Now, the fifth presupposition that is one of my favorite, and I need to really, really share that one with you. Everyone is doing the best they can with the resources they have. What a relief. What a relief to know that. Isn't it true? Like, how good is that? As a team leader, maybe you're watching this on LinkedIn right now. guess what? All of your team, all of your employees, everyone working with you are doing the best they can with the resources they have. And so even though some people around you might be doing things that you're like, why? Why are they doing that? Guess what? They're doing the best they can. They really are. And so what could be happening is that they have limiting beliefs, or they have fears, maybe fear of failures, or different things getting in the way of them behaving a certain way. But they're doing the best they can because they have resources right now and they're using them to create behaviors and create results. But maybe there's limiting beliefs, fears, or different mindset blockers that are preventing them from acting differently. So they're doing their goddamn best. Oh my God. When I learned this, like it was just beautiful to see that I cannot blame people for their results. I cannot blame like my mom because she's not doing this or she's doing that, or my dad or my family or my friends. Everyone's doing the best they can, really. And for me, that presupposition of NLP is like really important because it helps me see the world differently. So happy to share that. Marky's saying that is such a loving approach. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Okay, number 6 of the presupposition is calibrate on behavior. So the most important information about a person is their behavior. Again, it comes down to understanding that when your client comes in and they're telling you all those things, you cannot evaluate their progress on what they're telling you. You need to evaluate their progress on what they're actually doing, the behaviors they're taking, they're doing, right? And so like that like is so cool because one, like I have an example in my mind, but when I was working with a client and he was coming to me and he really wanted to build his business, right? And he wanted to put himself out there, put some videos out there to start his media presence. And he was really motivated. And in our session, he was like, okay, this week I'm going to be posting 7 videos. And he was like, yeah, super excited. And then the following week, I kept looking at LinkedIn and I didn't see anything. And I realized after a couple of days, I'm like, hey, I haven't seen him post yet. And he was so motivated. He really wanted to post. So what happened, right? And then the next session we had, he was like, oh, like, you know what? Like my 9 to 5 was hectic and I just couldn't do it. I was so busy, stressed out in my 9 to 5. So I didn't take time at night. I didn't have time, whatever, right? There was a reason, there was excuses, there was stuff. And then he was like, but next week I'm doing it for sure. Like my boss is going to be on vacation. I have time. Like, cool, I'll do it. Great. Amazing. And then we create an action plan. He's excited. He has ideas already flowing for the next week, all of that. We come back the next week, he hasn't posted. And that's when I knew I had to evaluate his progress on what he actually did. He did nothing, right? So now it's not his fault. Again, he's doing the best he can with the resources he has, but how can I support him? I can help him see the gap, see what's happening right now, and I can help him understand what's preventing him from making those posts, putting that video up or recording it, whatever, right? And so I really calibrate his progress on his behavior. And what we did is we really went deep in understanding what was really holding him back. And it was definitely not that he didn't have time. It was fears. It was the fear of being judged online. It was the fear of not saying something that was good enough. And so those were the things we needed to work on, you see? So that is what we did. Again, it's all about calibrating on behavior, not what people are telling you. What they're actually doing is what you need to evaluate. Now, number 7 of the presupposition of NLP is very interesting. So it's the map is not the territory. The map is not the territory. What does that mean? Okay, so let's take an example. If actually, I'm visiting Spain in April. I'm going to be there for a month. I'm so excited. And if I tell you Spain and I show you a map of Spain, so I show you like the map, right? On Google Map, I show you the map. You see Spain. You see it. Is that Spain? No, like that's just a map, right? That is just a map, but it's not Spain per se, right? And so that is the same thing. That is the same thing as when you're coaching someone and they're telling you words, they're telling you different things, or they're identifying something. Well, this is not what actually happened in the event. This is not the exact representation of the event. This is just the map is not the territory. So if someone is telling you like, oh, like I was there like recording my video and I could see them judging me. Okay, what specifically were you seeing? Like, how did it actually go? Like, this is not really what happened. The picture that they create is not really the thing that is the territory. Okay, so it's important to see that it is much bigger. It's all the actual words that the person is using. It's the internal representation they're making in their head. It's the way they analyze and process the information. This is all that is the territory. The map itself, so the little drawing of it is not the full extent of it. So that is another one of the presupposition. Then number 8 is you're in charge of your mind, therefore your results. Ooh, okay, here he goes. When you're hoping to achieve any type of result, you want anything in life. You want a thriving coaching business, just like me. You want to get promoted. You want to find a new role, whatever it is. You're in charge of your mind, and this is what will help you get the results. That is really all that it is. You are your only limit. If you can align your mind towards what you want, then you can make anything happen. If you start by believing that you are worthy of being that powerful coach, guess what? That is already a big chunk of the way to getting that result. And so this is why, like, if you're finding excuses and you're putting reasons that are external than you why you're not achieving your results, that's bullshit. It's all within you, and you're in charge of that mind. You're in charge of changing yourself so that you change your results. Okay? How does that sound so far? Is there any questions? Anyone that wants to jump in? I do still have 5 presuppositions to share that are absolutely mind-blowing to me. But please feel free to drop a question in here. And by the way, I want you to know that these are the presupposition, like how NLP has been based on those principles. And what we're learning in the certification program in the Happy on Mondays method is how to use that and have different techniques so that you can actually support clients. But I wanted to just like give you a tiny bit of information on the concepts of NLP so that you get a sense that this is made for the greater good. Like, this is absolutely transformational if you act on these presuppositions and you use them as a guideline on how to serve your clients. It's amazing. So, cool. So let's go in number 9. People have all the resources they need to succeed and to achieve their desired outcome. Woo-hoo. There's no unresourceful people, only unresourceful states. Oh, that is mind-blowing, isn't it? So that means that there's no such thing as finding excuses not to achieve your goal. You have everything you need within you, and you are resourceful. You can choose to to not be in a resourceful state, but as a person, as a human being, you're resourceful. You can find the answers. If you don't have all the resources, you'll find them. And this was so empowering to me because guess what? Like, it means that any client that wants to change something in their life, they have what it takes to get to their outcome that they want. And really holding that idea and holding that vision of my clients achieving whatever they desire has been so powerful because I'm speaking to them. I'm holding space for them at that level. I'm not seeing them at the level at which they're joining my certification program. I'm already seeing them as the leader online, sharing from a place of being like completely in confidence and serving and being completely leaders. That's how I see them right away because I know that's what they want to achieve. Even though maybe when they join, they're not at that level yet, I see them there because I know that they're resourceful. They have everything within them to achieve what they want. How cool is that? How empowering is that? If you're a coach and you're listening to this right now, I want you to know that I've had those thoughts when I didn't have those goals. I've had those thoughts of like, can I actually help them? Can I actually help them achieve what they want? Am I good enough to help my clients achieve what they want? Do you see that it has nothing to do with that? They have all in themselves. It's not to me to give them the resource. They have it within them to achieve what they want. And just that presupposition changed everything for me. It was like, actually, that's fascinating. All I really need is to be there and see them as the highest level, highest version of themselves. And then they're going to take action. They're going to find the resources within them to achieve what they want. It's not all on me. It has nothing to do about me. And that itself is just so good as a coach to know that your clients will succeed and to see that in them already from the very beginning. Okay. Number 10 in NLP, all procedures should increase wholeness. So all procedures, all the techniques you're using with your clients, all the tools and discussions you're having with your clients are meant to help the client really be whole, feel complete. So one example is actually really powerful, a technique called parts integration. And it's for people who have parts. So what means by part is that, for example, part of me wants to be an entrepreneur, but and have the freedom and build my own business, but part of me wants the stability of being in a 9-to-5. Right? You see how like this can be an internal conflict that you're facing right now. And it's so hard to navigate because you're like, part of me wants that, but part of me wants this. Internal conflicts are really, really something that NLP can help with. And parts integration is the name of the technique we use for that. And it's so powerful because we want to achieve wholeness. So we want to bring those parts together so that the client feels like whole, feels empowered to like not have two parts in them, but feel like they're complete. They have all the answers within, and they can integrate those two parts of themselves so that they feel more wholeness. So for me, for example, when we do this exercise, I actually did it when I first started, when I got certified as a practitioner. And I realized that the part of me that wanted the freedom, that wanted the impact, like the purpose of that part was really to expand and share and experience love and create from a place of love. That was really what was happening. And then on the other part of me, the part that was attached to protection of being in a 9-to-5, when we dig deeper to understand what was the purpose of that part, it was actually love as well. It was to feel love and like my security was in fact like a higher purpose of love. So in my subconscious mind, those two parts like did like and they integrated. And then I realized I can actually be an entrepreneur and still feel secure, still have that security, still have that stability. I can create that for myself. And it created this like wholeness inside of me. And I was empowered to take action from that place. And I started generating income, and I started signing clients, and I started feeling secure in my business because I have the power within my hands to create that income on repeat now. So it's so cool. And yeah, Vijay is saying we have the power within ourselves to change, each and every one of us. Absolutely. Everyone has that power within. So now number 11 is another motto of mine now. Of course, it's based on NLP, so I didn't invent the concept, but I'm obsessed with this. It's there's no failure, only feedback. That is so freaking powerful. So when you're facing a challenge, and guess what? It's going to happen that not everything will work out perfectly the first time around, right? That's just life. Let's be real. But you're never going to experience failure per se. What you're experiencing is feedback. Feedback from the market, feedback from the industry, feedback from the universe, feedback. That's all that it is. So let me give you an example. Let's say that I show up online on this live video and there's 0 people that show up, right? That's a fear that some of my students have. Yeah, what if like no one likes my post? Okay, what if no one likes your post? Is that failure? Are you failing per se? No, that's just feedback from the market. So, okay, interesting. It didn't quite get the excitement I was hoping for. This live video, for example, let's say I'm not getting any comments right now. Okay, so I guess that format is not really what people are wanting from me. Good to know. Feedback, great feedback. What can I do differently, right? So instead of seeing failures as failures, we see them in NLP as feedback. How better is that? How empowering is that, right? So yeah, I just love seeing the world that way. And then number 12 is the meaning of communication is the response you get. Ooh, that is good. So that is so good. So let's say you're having a discussion with a client and you're trying to convince them to, I don't know. Okay, let's say I'm trying to convince you to show up online, and I'm talking to you about the fact that failure, there is no such thing, and it's feedback, right? And I'm explaining that concept to you, and you respond and you tell me like, yeah, but it's different for me, and for me, like I would just like want to hide in a corner and I don't want to show up. Okay, so clearly the meaning of the communication was not effective because it didn't get the outcome that I wanted, right? The outcome was to empower my client to take action. So guess what? The meaning of the communication is not what I think I said. It's what's the response that I got. I got a response that was closed off, that is like rejecting what I communicated. So as the communicator, it's my job, it's my responsibility to adapt my way of communicating, trying different examples, maybe using different tools like hypnosis, for example, or different NLP tools that I can help them understand what I mean. But it's not that I had the right way to communicate and they were wrong. No. It is actually based on the response. It means that I need to adapt my communication. Whew. Very, like, I find NLP very empowering overall. Like it's just giving us the ability to be in power in our own success. And I just find that so fascinating. So here we go. The 13th presupposition. We only have 2 left, so I'm excited. That was very informative. I know it's a lot, but we'll talk. So 13 is the law of requisite variety. which means that the system or the person with the most behavioral flexibility controls the system. So again, it brings me back to the same point. If you are in control of adapting your approach and you're flexible and you're willing to change your approach, you're going to have greater success versus someone who's like, nope, I was right, she was wrong. She's not understanding what I mean. So yeah, nope, not moving, not being flexible. The person that will actually be willing to adapt and be flexible and change their approach and try something new, take the feedback, iterate, tweak, go back to it. They're the true winners. They're the people who will have the best success in life, okay? And 14, all procedures should be designed to increase choice. And that is what also NLP is all about, is to help people see things differently. A lot of us and a lot of my clients, they have like a problem. They have like a fixed way of seeing things. And with NLP, what we're doing is we're kind of like opening doors on the possibilities that they have. Instead of being restricted, they're now empowered and they see that it's absolutely expansive what they can do. It's like there is an expansion of possibilities. So those were the 14 presuppositions of NLP. Oh, that was fun. So this is very just like the basics of NLP. We go way deeper in the Happy on Mondays certification program. When you get certified as an NLP practitioner with my certification, you really learn like these things, but on a much deeper level, and you actually get to learn techniques and you practice techniques with our students and you get certified with powerful tools so that you can serve your clients better. So I hope that this was insightful. I hope that this gives you like just like a tiny tidbit of information on what NLP is all about. It is truly transformational. I cannot even like start imagining how much I transformed over the last year. Learning these tools really changed my entire life, and it empowered me in such a way to go from employee to entrepreneur and really step into my powerful coach identity. And so yeah, any questions for me in terms of NLP? I'm here for you. I'll really help you understand better how this can help you. And if you're looking to become a certified coach with these modalities, go and check out the Happy on Mondays method. Honestly, this is the best program out there. I created it out of my own experience because when I started, I didn't have the resources. I wanted to have tools, so I wanted to be certified, but I wanted to build a business out of it, right? Because that is really what I wanted. I wanted to escape my 9-to-5. I wanted to be happy on Mondays. That is why I created the Happy on Mondays method. I want to give you those tools. I want to teach you all this powerful knowledge that will change your life, literally like it changed mine. So you're certified, you have the credibility, you have the confidence to facilitate change, facilitate powerful shifts within your clients, and the business training to get you to the income that you want, to replace that income of yours, and to live fully out of your passion. Mixing those two things together, and you are happy on Mondays. Oh, so exciting. VJ saying, oh my God, thank you so much. So good. Kenneth is saying, thank you so much, Mimi. I enjoyed learning about NLP and seeing how I have actually applied a couple into my own personal life and career. Absolutely. This is so great. And these are like principles that anyone in personal development can use on themselves first. And that is always what I teach, is that yes, like I'm helping coaches. So of course you're going to apply that on your client, like with your clients, you're going to do that work with your clients. But you're mostly, and for me at least, my first client was this girl here. This person right here was my first client. And over the last 2 years, I've been my own experiment, really. And I've been my own first client. And I've used those tools on me first. to reprogram my mind for success. Because I knew that if I wanted to be the leader that I am and I'm becoming and I had in my mind, I had to be willing to work on myself first. I had to be willing to ditch a lot of the limiting beliefs, fears, bullshit excuses that I had in my mind. I had to do that first so that I could then help others. And that itself, the way I've used those tools on myself, it helped me be confident. I was not confident. Like, I was not someone who could show up like this on a video, talk for like 45 minutes, no problem. And honestly, to be honest now, I could talk for 5 hours straight, like all good. Like, I'm having fun right now. I'm teaching stuff I love. Like, that's my life. But before, I was so scared. I was so confused. I was so not confident. And using those techniques and those tools really helped me step into a different identity altogether. It helped me ditch some limiting beliefs that I've learned and was ingrained with before I was even born. Like, for example, I used to think that making money online was hard. And not just online, in life. Making money had to be earned the hard way. It had to be tough. It had to be difficult. So you can imagine when I started wanting to go from employee to entrepreneur, I was terrified that I would never be able to do that because it's going to be so hard. That was the story I was telling myself on repeat. Like, you can imagine, like, oh my God, it's going to be so hard. It's going to be so hard. Like, oh my God, like, how do you think I was going to act with this type of limiting belief inside of me? So reprogramming my mind for success meant, you know what? This belief, nah, not serving me. Bye-bye, au revoir belief. And that was one thing that I did. Another belief. Ooh, maybe some of you will resonate with that. I'm French Canadian, as you know. My accent is really strong. And I had the belief that no one would want to work with me because, like, people will not understand me. I really deeply thought people would not understand me because of my accent. So do you think it was easy to show up on video? If you think that, like, I just thought, it's a waste of time. Like, no one's going to understand me anyways. You see, I was creating those stories in my mind. I was creating those stories. And using this allowed me to say, no, I don't want to believe that anymore. I want to throw that story away and replace it with an empowering story. What if people actually love my accent? What if this is actually my edge? It makes me unique in a way. What if actually it allows me to be bilingual so I can help people in 2 languages? How amazing is that? Okay, so you see how, like, I've had to do my inner work first. I was not always that, like, fun and easy flowy on a video. I was not at all that person before. Kenneth is saying, I made a big mindset discovery when sitting in my MBA program. I realized that at school, I pay to learn, but at my job, I get paid to learn every day. Makes me love my job and appreciate the opportunity I have. That is so cool. Oh my God, I love it. That's beautiful. And so true. That is so cool. Interesting. And now you're making me reflect. When you join Happy on Mondays program, you're investing to learn how to triple, quadruple, like 10x your investment. So that's good. I can use that in my messaging. I love it. So that is so cool. So yeah, and I think that as a coach, to be honest, I truly now believe that I get paid to learn. I get paid by my clients so that I can go deeper and deeper and deeper with my knowledge and serve them better. That's my belief now. So yeah, I totally understand what you mean. I love it. So I hope that you've enjoyed this presentation on presupposition of NLP. Again, this is just the tip of the iceberg of what we actually cover in this certification program. If you want to learn how to become a certified life and success coach, visit happyonmondays.com/certified. easy, happyonmondays.com/certified and learn all about these techniques, all about the certification program and how you can become a certified coach and build a thriving coaching business. I'm so excited to welcome you on board, and just the community that the Happy on Mondays method students is just incredible. So I love you. I'm wishing you the most amazing day, and I just want to say you're doing amazing. You're doing amazing in this world, and you have all within you. Everything is within you to achieve whatever you want. Whatever crazy goal you have, whatever like OMG, it would be amazing goal you have, you can achieve it. Okay? Sending you a lot of energy. Bye everyone. Have a good one.